I think, like many people, when I was very, very young, as in at school many moons ago, we were obviously all in black and white then. I tried the whole kind of learn to play an instrument thing, and I stumbled through a few grades on piano. I had to go with a guitar and various other things. And then I actually saw people with talent that could play, and I thought, I can't do this. I'm just not good enough. So I gave up, but I thought I'd got a bit of a talent for twiddling knobs. And that's kind of, I suppose, how I've made a career, really. I have known Milton Keynes, Adam, for years and years and years, and when he brought this project out, I thought it was a really, really cool idea. Jazz Sabbath, it's just so funny. He played in Sabbath for a while, he played with Ozzy for a while. So it's all kind of very, if you like, family orientated, really. And I just said to him, like, you know, are you going to record it? And he said, yeah. I said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you let me come and record it and we'll see what we can do. But I want to do it the way I want to do it. And that's it, really. So that's what we're doing. Keep it as natural as possible. I try not to mess with things. If the instrument is a good instrument and the player is a good player, after that, it's only your technique, your microphone, bad placement, whatever, that can ruin it or can detract from it, shall we say. I'm not very good with. I'm not a studio person. I never was. I started life doing lots of location recording, and that was the approach that we did because it was all classical, secular choirs, that sort of thing. And that was kind of where I started. There's certain things that you can do to tidy the world up a bit. Like, you know, if an instrument can't produce below 80 hertz, get rid of it. It's got to tidy everything else up. And I'd like to do that at source. I'm a big believer in top and bottom filters. A lot of people will look at my desk and start looking for the EQ. Well, there probably isn't any. I'm not a big one for, certain things have to be done, and if something really annoys you, if there's a massive resonance in something, get rid of it. But if it's not, if it sounds okay, actually listen to the instrument and then go, well, why doesn't what I've got in my headphones or whatever sound like when I put my head near it? That's kind of the way I work. It's just about listening. It's, I don't understand people that they'll look at a computer screen and they'll see waveforms and whatever and all this sort of, and then you tell them, well, can you not hear that it just sounds naff? Oh yeah, but it looks fine. No. Look, shut your eyes, and I mean it. Shut your eyes and concentrate on these things either side of your head. They're quite useful. Kind of try not to waste them. But gosh, I struggle to think what my first A&H mixer was. My first serious A&H was a M5000, was it? A beast of a thing, which I toured for ages and ages. And then I got into dLive, which I thought was an absolutely brilliant concept. It allowed me to have what I wanted, where I wanted, and when I wanted. So I got into that quite heavily, used it for everything I was doing, orchestral stuff, prog, rock and roll, whatever. And then I learned about dLive before it was a thing, if that makes sense, and listened to it and was absolutely stunned by it, and thought, you know what, this is probably what I need to own, because I was getting frustrated by things that just didn't do what I needed. And so I bit the bullet and bought a dLive. Used it, bought an SQ next, which is going to sound really silly, but today is the first day I've ever used it. And it's purely because I just never get to use it. It's never in the warehouse. Other people have got it. Started using the primes with the C100s and ECM 100s when we were doing some classical work in Symphony Hall. And they've got an extended frequency response. They're pretty flat to 50 kilohertz, which is insane. And then when you take it away, it's like, I can hear that it's not there. And you think to yourself, well, that's silly, because I can't hear above about 8K these days. I'm quite old. And there's no way can I hear 25, 30, 40, 50 kilohertz. But you notice when it's not there. And I'm just really impressed with them. If you put rubbish in, you're going to get rubbish out. I don't care what, you've got to do an awful lot of hard work. And I'm too lazy for all that. We fortunately, these players are stunning. And they really are. If you wanted a reason to give up playing, you'd look at any of these guys and realise you're not that good. And you just listen to them. They've got good instruments. They've got excellent technique. Put a decent mic in front of them. You don't have to do anything. The prime card to me is just, it's an absolute game changer. It's got no artifacts that you can hear. It's just good signal in, good signal out. Good clean, super, super clean. And where possible or where necessary, good quality audio grade, I hate that. Good quality components. Like Nishikon, I love Nishikon 5 gold stuff in things. Just really, really good, high quality Japanese components that really do work. And you can hear the difference. You really can. But yeah, no, they're an excellent. I mean, they're probably not for everybody. And there is nothing wrong with a DX preamp or a dLive preamp or whatever you want to call it. There really isn't, These are just like a different world. But you pay for it. There's a reason why they're not 200 quid a strip. Well, that came out of the fact that the only I/O left in the warehouse was a rack of prime cards, and somebody said, can I take the SQ, but I need 24 inputs or something. Well, you'll have to take the prime cards, won't you, because there's nothing else in the warehouse. And it's like, well, yeah, that worked. And why wouldn't it? I mean, the SQ it's a phenomenal little thing for money. It really is.